All right, and as the slide says, let's get it started. Welcome to the Survicate Insights Hub Transforming Feedback into Actionable Insights webinar. If we haven't met before or this is your first time tuning into one of our webinars, hello, my name is Maciek and I'm the Digital Customer Success Manager at Survicate. But more importantly, I will be your host slash presenter for today. We've got a really exciting one for you today, so thank you for joining us. As many of you have already seen, since we've only sent about, I don't know, 3,000 announcements mentioning it, right? We had the awesome privilege of launching our newest product last week, Insights Hub, and the response so far has been tremendous. So thank you to everybody that has made it so special, from the people who have been cheering us on since the initial announcement to all of our wonderful customers who have been testing it out since the launch and providing us with all that crucial feedback and ongoing support. Keep it coming, keep it coming. Yes, thank you for that. And so to complement this launch, we've put together this webinar to give you a closer look at what all the fuss has been about. So in just a few minutes here, my colleague and head of product, Daniel, will be taking over and he'll take you on a journey of the story of Insights Hub, what it is, what it isn't, and all that good stuff. And then I'll show you how it looks live. Cool. So yeah, whether you're a longtime Survicate user or new to our platform, you're in for a treat, I must say. First up, housekeeping. As always, as with every webinar that we do, we make sure to record it, which means if you sign up for the webinar, you'll also be receiving it the next day in your mailbox. If you have any questions throughout this webinar, feel free to write them in the chat. Our wonderful colleague Anastasia will be moderating and making sure we get those during the 15-minute Q&A session at the end. And we do ask that you keep the questions relevant to today's topic, which is Insights Hub. All right, so here's the plan, the rundown. First up, story of Insights Hub. Daniel will tell you all about Insights Hub and how all of this came to be. Then I'll take over with the live demo as mentioned. If you're more of a visual learner like myself, you got a chance to see Insights Hub in action. And then after that, we'll talk a little bit about the future developments and things you can look forward to. And we'll end with the always welcome Q&A. Okay, so to help us quickly set the stage here, I want to start off with a little introduction to Survicate in case you're not familiar with our platform. And if I had to put like a slogan on it, right, to grab attention right now, I'd say something like robust tool, effortless insights. Okay, let me explain. Basically, we're all about making the entire process of gathering customer feedback and acting on it effortless. And Insights Hub expands on this even further. But yeah, it's incredibly easy to get started. You'll get your surveys created in no time with the help of our awesome AI tools. So you can create from scratch or use our 400 plus templates or just say what's on your mind and get the AI to create it for you. Additionally, it is a complete breeze to automate workflows around it, as well as easy to integrate your favorite tools, right? Such as Salesforce, Klaviyo, HubSpot, Intercom, Braze, and countless others to choose from. You can go on our website to see the full list. Best part is, it is completely free to get started. Aside from the fact that you can use it to your liking, you also have 10 days to take advantage of our business plan features, giving you a chance to see if it's truly the right platform for you. So you get all that wrapped up in a nice package, but you also get to explore our latest products with what this webinar is all about, right? Insights Hub, as well as Research Assistant. We'll get to that in a little bit. And how it'll help you take all that feedback from different sources and help you extract meaningful insights. But I won't spoil too much. Daniel will get into that in a second. Remember that if you do end up giving us a test run or simply have questions, feel free to reach out to our wonderful support team. They're always here should you need any assistance. All right, without further ado, I feel like I've been talking too long. To help us dive into today's topic, it is my great pleasure to introduce to you all our head of product, Daniel. The floor is yours.
Seems that you can see my screen now. Thanks, Maciek, for the introduction. My name is Daniel. I'm a head of product at Survicate, and I've been working personally on this product for last couple of months now. And that makes the webinar today especially exciting for me. I hope you will enjoy it. And yeah, here we go. I wanted to start with the reasoning behind the release. Almost half of product managers and researchers we interviewed and surveyed in Q1 of 2024 say that managing customer feedback is difficult for them. But what exactly does it mean? We spoke to around 30 PMs and user researchers, and here is what we found out. There are some interesting quotes I've came up with for you. First of all, we have stuff scattered across Miro and Notion. I personally love using both Notion and Miro, but going through all user feedback there sounds like a nightmare to me. I'm also quite curious about your setup, but during interviews, we saw at least a couple of customers who have hundreds of sticky notes in Miro that they actually manually go through. And yeah, second important thing that may resonate with you is categorization. Let's read this, the second quote from a customer. Going through all these things, it's really a lot of brain work, because you also have to do some kind of interpretation from all these things, like looking for patterns. And we actually spoke to some researchers that spend hour per week on putting labels to feedback. Once we heard that, we thought that we should change that somehow. To sum up what we learned, I think there are like three major problems with managing customer feedback. First of all, feedback is scattered. It's in Notion, it's in Intercom, it's also shared as HubSpot deal lost reasons, all these places. And when the feedback is scattered, I think it's quite difficult to use basically. Secondly, feedback is siloed. And what do I mean by that? I think it's quite related to the first point. If a sales team collects a lot of valuable feedback from lost opportunities, and that feedback goes to the product team with a major delay, or even doesn't get there, I think it's such a waste. Finally, feedback is fragmented. How can you see a bigger picture if there is no single source of truth when it comes to customer feedback? With these problems in mind, we came up with a solution. Insights Hub is our new product. It's a place where you can store all feedback under one roof. It also extracts insights automatically using AI, so no more manual work for you. It also comes up with our survey platform. So if you miss some important insights and you want to learn more from your customers, we are here for you. Now, some of you might actually have some good processes around managing customer feedback. Some of you might be using some other tools that do similar stuff. So here is how we are different to that. We design Insights Hub in a way that simplicity is the main differentiator. We don't want you to spend hours sifting through feedback manually. We deeply believe it should be easy to use, so that you can look into it frequently, basically. Secondly, it is trustworthy. This is the thing I think that I personally like the most about Insights Hub. I am super scared of AI coming up with made up stuff. This is why in Insights Hub, all insights are backed up with customer quotes, meaning that if we come up with some insight for you, the proof is your real customer feedback attached to every insight we provide you with. Finally, as I already told you, our survey solution is also here for you. You can run our surveys in your web apps. You can run our surveys on your websites. You can create surveys that you will share via email, or you can even survey your mobile app users. So, who is our new product for? We believe that Insights Hub is mainly for product teams. User researchers can basically spend much less time on tedious things. Product managers can make more informed decisions. They can make those decisions faster as well. And other teams can benefit from it as well. At Survicate, we saw our internal customer success team using our solution to be better prepared for calls with customers. So you might be now wondering, how does it really work? As a product manager, as a former product manager, actually, I've picked 3 of my favorite use cases, and these are use cases that I actually encourage my own team to use Insights Hub, the same way you're about to see. So first of all, Insights Hub helps you keep track of popular feature requests. You can connect all your sources of feedback, like intercom conversations, reviews, historical data you store in a Google Sheet file. Once you're done with that, Insights Hub will automatically generate a list of insights for you. You basically will have an access to the most popular feature requests from your customers. You can go through them weekly or once a week to be on track with everything. Secondly, this use case is actually pretty similar to the previous one I mentioned, but it is more focused on the negative stuff. I encourage everyone and my team to track bugs and issues that are reported to our customer support team. Our intercom integration extract meaningful insights from feedback that is sent in customer conversations. And in Insights Hub, you can see a list of most commonly reported issues. So basically, you can identify what needs to be fixed first. Last but not least, this is, I think, one of the use cases that I like the most. Our platforms comes up with Research Assistant. It's a chat-like solution that allows you to search through all your feedback. It works well with your survey results. It also works with all the data you send to Insights Hub as well. So when you already decided what you want to focus on, you have some particular issue in mind, you can easily ask Research Assistant to give you detailed summary that is backed with actual customer quotes. In my opinion, that makes the product development process much more agile. You can make more informed decisions almost instantly. And yeah, I think this is all I wanted to share with you today. But enough of theory. Let's get back to Maciek. He will quickly get you around the product, so you can basically see it in action. Thanks.
All right, thank you, Daniel, for those wonderful insights about Insights Hub. No pun intended. All right, let's give it a test drive so our viewers can see it for themselves. I'm already all set up here. I'm logged into Survicate and we're at the main screen. And I've also decided to move myself to the right, as you can see, my little window, so you can get a better view of everything. Okay, so now if you look at the top here, you'll see Insights Hub and Research Assistant. Let's start off with Insights Hub. Naturally, you'll want to start off by bringing in your feedback into the hub. As you can see, there's already some stuff here, but for the sake of the demonstration, let's pretend like there isn't, okay? So we're clicking on Add Feedback. And of course, by feedback, we mean, it could mean, for example, the responses from your surveys that you've gathered, right? As Daniel mentioned. during his presentation. But it could also mean intercom conversations, historical data you've stored in Google Sheets, for example, feedback from Google Play or App Store, your email inbox, and more. That's the cool part. You can connect and sync feedback from multiple sources at the same time. So for the sake of this demonstration, let's actually do that, right? Let's connect three different sources. And I click on connect source, and you're met with a list of sources. You can go to, for example, I don't know, let's go to all integrations, right? And here you'll get the full scope, right? Essentially anything with the tag Insights Hub, as you can see, for example, like here, right, is fair game. For the sake of this demonstration, let's go with HubSpot. So I clicked on that. I go over to connect. We see that it's already connected, right? A beautiful green little tag saying it's connected. Great. I go to settings to make sure everything's set up properly. Awesome. It is. You can, what is it called? You can make it so that it automatically syncs your HubSpot tickets to our Insights Hub, and you can refine it even further, right? Whether you want all the tickets or selected categories, and that's all there is to it. Everything's already imported. Yeah, so that's good to go. Let's go back and let's do, yeah, this time let me connect a different source, something different, right? How about from the App Store, for example? And this is a matter of just clicking connect, and here's a little link here that I will put right there. And this is the one I'm using, and I will click connect, and then I get to choose the time frame, right? In this case, let's go with, I don't know, 30 days. Perfect. And I just click import, and by the little green in the bottom, you see everything's going awesome. All right, so for our last source, why not a Survicate survey, right? So we go, instead of connect source, this time we'll go to connect surveys, and just like that we choose, but I believe there's not a lot to choose from today, so let's just go with this one and pretend like that. Yeah, just pretend like there's more to choose from, but this is the only one, and I'm gonna have to connect it. So I connect that, and it is loading, is deciding if it wants to do it or not. It's thinking, should I do this or not? And it decided yes. So that's awesome. Connection enabled, and the survey is connected. Cool. Okay, so now let's go back to our panel here. As you can see, we've got all of our feedback has been funneled here. Let's go from left. Let's go from left to right. Okay, so first up, all of your feedback gets automatically categorized into topics, and basically, here's the topics. And this feature uses AI to kind of like draw conclusions from your feedback sources, right? And the cool thing is they are arranged from the most to least popular, making it ultra easy for you to find out what your respondents are actually talking about the most, right? If we look at the top here, right, you see Insights Hub is using right now over 800 responses to come up with the different topics. So as you can see, we've got things like, what is this, technical issues, praises, suggestions, user experience, and beyond, right? Additionally, you can always create a new topic, right? You just go here, clicking on that plus right there, and let's do a random one now. Let's see, for the sake of this demonstration, I don't know, I can't think of anything. How about onboarding? Oh my god. Onboarding. Description, I don't know, which customers are experiencing a positive onboarding experience, right? And then the Insights Hub does its work. If I do create, usually it takes about 30 seconds, but you get the idea. Okay, so within the topics, you'll find the feedback as well as the insights, right? If we click here, clicking on Insights, we get we get a closer look at the, you guessed it, insights, right? Extracted from our feedback. And by clicking on the drop down arrow of every piece of insight, you get a closer look, or meaning like you can see what feedback you can see which feedback the insight is relevant to. The cool part is by clicking on this feedback, for example, you will have all the details nicely laid out. But the thing we're most excited about is something like this, right? So I'm clicking into, let's say, this one. Okay, awesome. You see here, sentiment. Whoa, that's cool. In this case, you see it, right? It's set as negative. Okay, we'll use that later, which is awesome. So if you've been looking for a tool that will automatically categorize qualitative sentiment, you found it, right? All right. And then later, of course, what you can do. This is a little like a little like segue, but a little side note. Later, what you can do with that is you can go into the filter and just arrange all of that by the sentiment of your choosing, right? And that is awesome because then, for example, you can sort by all the negative feedback, or in this case, neutral, and for example, share it with the appropriate team so they can follow up, right? But yeah, that's just one example. And of course, as mentioned, as by Daniel as part of the package in launch, you also get the awesome research assistant to help you uncover more user insights within your feedback. So let's take a look at that now. This is at the top here, as you can see. So we click on that. Okay. And now, think of this as like, well, we're all using it. Think of it like Chat GPT for your feedback, right? Right away, you're met with a giant text field right here to start talking with your research assistant. Ask it something and it'll give you an answer. That's the idea. So the answers are based on survey results and feedback hub data as well. So, how about something like, what are the most common customer issues? And let's see what's going on. What will it come up with? Generating. All right. Thank you for generating. Yes. And okay, there we go. We have some. Based on okay, we got a few here. Let's see. So now the results come up, and we have subscription problems, billing issues, casting and streaming issues, customer support. Right. Basically, you can of course dive deeper into it by clicking the numbers there, as you can see, right? Like 11 here, 4 here, 2 here. These are called notes, and we click on that, and as you can see, it traces the insights back to the original feedback source, and you can scroll through, right? Like going by left and right, which is awesome as well. And if you click on see the full note, it will look like what I showed you earlier a little bit with Insights Hub. Okay. What else is worth mentioning for the research assistant? Okay, I've had some customers already ask me this, so I wanted to clear it up. You can use research assistant right away, meaning you don't have to connect any sources like you did with Insights Hub, right? And that's because research assistant searches from all of your surveys automatically, right? Which means you can right away ask it something like, I don't know, combine the results from surveys A, B, and C, and give me a breakdown for general customer sentiment towards, I don't know, product feature number X, right? Or like, you know what I'm saying. I don't know, top of my head, don't judge. All right. Also, another cool thing is you can specify, for example, a time frame to look for answers as well. So you can even do something like, what's the most common issues user faced in the last 30 days, right? Giving you a chance to get all that information right away instead of having to manually sift through your responses, which is awesome as well. What else? Oh yeah, Research Assistant, you can also search information in your user attributes, right? So you can ask it something like, provide a list of feature requests submitted by users from company X, right? So I know you're probably already getting some ideas. It's brewing, awesome. And of course, if you're happy with the feedback that you're getting from the Research Assistant, you can ask it further questions to really dig into that feedback even more. Awesome, right? All right. Let's move on to the next part. And yeah, this is mainly how easy it is to get started with that. We've actually had a chance to check out how others are using Insights Hub and Research Assistant, and that has been inspiring as well. There are numerous use case scenarios that can be applied, including the ones Daniel mentioned. So I thought maybe we can go over a few of the ones that he mentioned, along with maybe a few others, so you can see it in a live setting instead of just hearing about it. All right, so first up, our first use case discussed. You can use Insights Hub to keep track of popular feature requests. As mentioned earlier, you can add feedback from multiple sources at the same time and sync it. And Insights Hub generates the list of insights there. So I go into my topics here, right? Let's say I'm a user researcher. I can go into suggestions, for example. I don't know, and I can go into here like on a weekly or maybe daily basis, whatever uh, floats your boat, right? Just to stay on top of things and what kind of suggestions and feature requests your customers are talking about, right? Allowing you to pass that information along to our team and to see what customers are asking for the most instead of just winging it, right? Another use case, popular one, very similar to the one we just did. You can identify and track bugs, right, using or giving you a chance to act on them, right? As Daniel mentioned, the way that we do this is that we've got our intercom integration connected to Insights Hub, and it extracts the meaningful insights that are gathered through the different support conversations. And Insights Hub does all the rest of the work, right? So this time I'll head into technical issues and see the list of the most commonly reported issues, giving you a chance to quickly identify what needs to be fixed, right? Like, for example, here we see we have over 90 pieces of feedback relating to casting problems, right? So you'll know what to tackle. And you can, of course, go into deeper into each piece of feedback, see exactly where it's coming from. Yeah. And for the third use case, uh, we'll use the research assistant for this one. And remember, think of this as ChatGPT for feedback. Basically, you get to dive deeper into the topics that interest you the most. So let's say, for example, bouncing back to our last example, right, going into the technical issues, we see that we also have around 69 pieces of feedback relating to the app performance. So let's go to Research Assistant and maybe type in something like, is there anything we should improve about app performance? Right? So we could just generate that, see what we come up with. There should be some cool music here right now, like right. Get it moving along. Here we go. There we go. We got that. And based on the data we collected, there are several areas where the app performance could be improved, right? As you can see. Slow loading times, lag and sluggishness. And you can go into deeper into each individual note, share it with your team as well, should you need it. Overall, from experience already, we can say that this makes the development process more refined, right? You make data-driven decisions right away with the research assistant. Okay, and so for the last example that I wanted to share with you is something that we just kind of came up with, keeping tabs on the competition. And what you can do, yeah, why not use Insights Hub to see what your competitors are up to, right? On the App Store or Google Play even, right? This gives you a chance to funnel reviews into the hub, and you get to see what's making your competitors tick, right? What are they praising? What are they not enjoying, right? So it's as easy as going into, once again, we'll go into add feedback, connect the source, and let's just import, let's go into the Google Play. You have to choose, I believe, okay, connect. We have to choose the review language. We'll go with English, and of course for the demonstration we'll just pretend like, I don't know, let's do this, right? No, not this. Let's just do apps A. This is company A, and then we'll get to add another competitor, company B, and then of course we'll have C. And just like that, you are connecting that information. Oh wait, first we have to decide the um, the time frame, right? Let's do 30 days just to see what's going on. We import that, of course. These are fake URLs, but you get the idea. You can go back into your Insights Hub, and let's say we go into prices and see that there's lots of talk about subscription price increases, right? As far as insights go, right? And we see that, right? There it is, subscription price increases. You dig deeper, right? You go into the feedback. Oh, looks like user uh, in company A aren't happy with the recent price increases, right? Giving you a chance to pass that info down to the right team, strategize accordingly, and of course, giving you a chance to get an edge on the competition. All right. Let me just exit out of here for a second and we'll move on to the next portion of the webinar. So just give me a second. All right. And I'm back, no longer as a circle, but now in rectangular form. Let me just get the slides here. All right. So that was just a taste of what Insights Hub can do for you. I hope it's inspired you to kind of like maybe give it a try, right? If you still haven't going forward. But for right now, since we've got Daniel here with us, I'd like to invite you back on here so that maybe I can put you like in the hot seat for a moment for our next section. Oh, awesome. Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Awesome. All right. So, and I know we've just launched and we're still riding that high of what Insights Hub has to offer. But in terms of like looking ahead, maybe you can outline the vision for the future development of Insights Hub.
Yeah, sure. There are like three areas of focus for the future. First of all, I think this is the most important thing is basically adding more sources of feedback for our customers to Insights Hub. So you can think of places like G2 Crowd, Trustpilot, all these reviews. This is like a really useful piece of knowledge for our customers from what we've heard. Also, there is an idea that we're going to follow to integrate with popular form solutions like Typeform, SurveyMonkey. So yeah, basically, this is the first area that we are going to focus on. Then there is even more automation coming on. First of all, we will be starting with automated reports. So on a weekly basis or a monthly basis, depends on how you like it. You will receive a report sent to Stack or an email with the summary of new insights for you. So this is coming up actually pretty soon. And last but not least, the thing I think the most excited about, which is allowing our customers to transcribe interviews they do with their customers inside our tool. So it will happen automatically within just a few seconds. So additional source of feedback that you can plug into to Insights Hub.
All right. So basically, what you're saying is the future's looking bright.
Yeah, it is.
All right, awesome. This leads me kind of, we can segue into and the next question for this section is there anything you'd like to ask our attendees or ongoing testers going
Mm,
forward?
Yeah, I think what we are looking forward to the most now is basically feedback from all of you. There are two ways you can share feedback with us. Obviously, apart from the chat section that you have access to during the webinar. But apart from that, when you go to Survicate application, there is a feedback button on the right side of your screen. You can share feedback with us anytime you use it, and it will basically appear instantly within our Slack channel. We track it. We want to hear from you, so you're more than welcome to use it. And then obviously, if you want to chat with our support, you can use the intercom chat we have inside our application. It's in the bottom right corner. We will be happy to hear from you.
Definitely, yeah. As far as your feedback, the response from the community so far has been truly awesome, and I also want to emphasize that again. It's been really cool actually seeing how our customers are using it right now. Right, the feedback is definitely being used right to make Insights Hub even better. So keep that coming. All right. So with those questions out of the way, I think it's time we can head on over to the Q&A section here. And yeah, we don't seem to have too many in the chat, but I wanted to address some written in questions. Uh, and these are kind of like similar. So I'm going to fuse these couple of questions into one. So thank you, Sophia and Andrew, for sending this in. How does it work? It meaning Insights Hub. How does it work with feedback in multiple languages?
It basically works with feedback from multiple languages. So the way it works for our customers is insights that we deliver to you, insights that are generated. They are generated in English, but all the feedback that is relevant, that is attached to every insight, is stored and displayed to a user in the original language. So yeah, basically this is how it works.
All right. That's pretty interesting. I was actually curious about that one myself, so thank you for clearing that up. Yeah, so it doesn't look like we have too many in the chat. Hopefully, this means we've either wowed you enough and all the questions have been answered. But if you do end up having, or you end up in a situation where like you come up with a question, feel free to reach out to our support team on our website and they'll take care of you for sure. So just going by with that, I think we're about ready to wrap this one up, Daniel. Yeah, thank you, everyone, for attending today's webinar. Thank you, Daniel, for providing us with the story of Insights Hub and being here as well. Thank you, Anastasia, for moderating the chat. As always, we've got more webinars coming up, so be sure to check out our webinar directory page. There you'll get a chance to see previous webinars as well, so be sure to check that out. So yeah, thank you, everyone, for sharing your time with us, and enjoy the rest of your day, weekend. For our American visitors, enjoy the barbecue and July 4th celebrations tomorrow. And yeah, take care, everyone.
Thank you. Bye bye.